Chocolate doobie. Calculated. Shaka-doobie.
Slay.
What a save.
So funny. Welcome and thanks for listening to some chatter to scatter your brain and boredom on the Scattercast. Cat toys aren't really made for cats.
Facts. 100% true. The cats aren't the one buying them. I am. And they get me every time.
So you say they're made for humans?
Yeah.
Made for humans to purchase. Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all about the power dynamic of the, like, human-cat relationship, and it's clearly the cat who's, like, in charge.
Yeah, I'd argue that everything is made for cats.
Everything?
Yeah,
Everything.
well, because
That's
like
what cats think.
cats think that they play with trash that we say is trash. So is the trash made for us, or it's made by us but for them, or at least they appropriate themselves of it. So really, I think everything in the world is made for cats.
You could say the same thing about humans. How we take everything and just assume it's all for us. Cats are just cuter.
But then we throw things away. Cats don't throw things away, really.
Maybe that's why we like cats so much. They're so much like us.
It could be. There are a lot of cat toys that cats don't actually play with.
Facts.
What's up with that?
Benji's got so many toys. Benji is my cat, and he plays mostly with hair ties and my bras. So,
Yeah, Bootsy, she'll like have sporadic game time with her actual toys, but for the most part, just plays with things lying around that aren't intended to be played with. Benji likes your bras. Bootsy loves socks, folded up socks. Yeah.
Specifically folded socks, not just a single sock.
No,
it has to be
single
two
sock
together.
Yeah.
a woman of class.
I don't have a cat, but my parents do. They have two, and one of them, big old Harry, he's kind of like a dog. You know how dogs like shoes? He loves my dad's slippers, and he will just stick his whole face, his whole paws in those slippers and just sit on them. And he gets all sad if, like, they're not out in the living room for him to plop on. And so, like, my dad has two pairs, one that he actually wears and one that Harry just gets to sit on.
That's so
There
cute.
you go.
It's awesome.
Very cute.
So I think the verdict here is that everything is made for cats.
I think that was your verdict.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's
Well,
your verdict.
I think I'm right. And I think that's
What about all the
cat's.
toys I bought him that he doesn't
But
play with?
I'm
Who
advocating
are those for?
for you so that you can entertain your cat because you find it fun to
doesn't
throw a
care.
toy around or wave a little magic wand in front of his face with a feather at the end. That's
He
for
does
you,
love
not for the cat.
those.
But the cats know that their servants will treat them better if they give them the illusion every once in a while that they, like, care about what they bought them. You know what I mean?
Benji will grab the end of the feather wand and drag it over to me and then meow at me until I play with it with him. He definitely likes the wand.
He might like it, but this is cats in general, not just Benji, okay?
I feel like you're only taking Bootsy into consideration. Benji deserves a voice too.
I think I am speaking for the cats and everything is for cats.
I think they'd appreciate that.
Okay.
All right. Well, moving on, I wanted to, do a little weekly catch up, see how everybody's doing. And, I know we've got a birthday coming up soon. Are there any plans? But yeah, just how are you guys doing? I'm about to put in my 2 weeks notice tomorrow. Yay.
Let's go.
Sean, are you doing anything for your birthday?
Not currently anything planned, I guess. It kind of snuck up on me, and I'm just kind of like, it's a day. Now I'm older.
Yeah, you're turning like what, 35?
I'm actually turning 60.
Oh wow.
You look great for your age. I was thinking like 45.
Thanks. The big 2-5 coming up.
Congratulations. You're
Thanks.
halfway there.
Halfway there.
To what?
Other than that, I don't have a ton going on. Exciting things in my life include the new Castlevania series that came out today. Been binging that. I was not very productive today. Not because of that, but that didn't help. It's fantastic. Check it out. And I'm trying a wine of the week every week.
Ooh.
Just because why not? And so last week I had
Did you say wine not?
I did not, but I should have. Yeah, wine not. Last week I had a really good, and none of these things I'm buying are like very expensive because I don't want to spend money. I had a good Cabernet Sauvignon, or Cab Sauv, as I like to refer to it.
Ooh.
And this week I have a Zinfandel from Sonoma County. What distinguishes these two kinds of wines, you might ask? I have no idea. Probably the grape or how they're made or something, but they both taste good. So I'm 2 for 2.
Which one was better?
Ooh, they're so different. One is, I feel like the one I have right now is a lot drier. And like the Cab Sauv had lots like fruity notes in it. They're both good.
Are you doing like just red wines or white wines as well?
I'll probably stick to red. I don't really love white wine's okay, but red wine is definitely my favorite. And then I think dessert wines and like sweet wines are terrible.
Those are my
There you go.
favorite.
That's taste.
It's a taste. What about you, Allie?
It's been okay. It's going. We had fewer lectures this week than we usually do, which has been nice, but I've had quite a few other things to fill in that space. And then next week we have a lot of lectures and also a lot of things to fill in the space. So, but my parents might be coming up this weekend, and that would be nice.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
My mom's actually coming up tomorrow to take me birthday shopping, since no one celebrated my birthday, really. Except for Tony.
I celebrated it.
I sent a message in the chat.
That's true.
I
Hey,
got
you guys
everybody's
celebrate.
birthday on my calendar. It's all in there.
I don't have everybody's. Tony, I don't think yours is in my calendar.
Fake friend.
That's on
fake
you.
Friend.
That's on you.
Yeah.
I know.
Fake friend.
I'm, for whatever reason, pretty good with, like, birthday dates. In, like, history class dates, never good at them. Not even a little bit. But birthday dates?
Yeah, I'm really good with birthdays.
Honestly, that's more important anyway.
I thought for the longest time, my, like, elementary school brain could not fathom the difference between these 2 years, and I would get them mixed up, and instead of saying, like, in 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue, I would say in 1942 Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and to me I was like, they're basically the same.
Oop. Oop.
There's a lot going on in 1942, but it wasn't Columbus related.
Yeah. Talk about scattered history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot of work done this week so far.
Nice.
Several videos done, or a lot of good progress. It's funny because also this week, FIFA's just came out, so I started playing that. The new, or EAFC 24.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's called something different, right?
Yeah, EAFC 24, and then Cyberpunk DLC came out, and I've been playing both of those. But it's weird that when there's a game that I really want to play, or just something I really want to do, I'm way more productive with my work, which sounds counterintuitive. But I guess I say a goal, and then after that goal, I get to like play the game. Gosh, I sound like a child. But
No, dude, you've got like a concrete motivator. That totally makes sense. I'm the
dude,
same
I
way.
hit those goals, man. I hit those
Oh, yeah.
goals.
Gotta get your game time. I respect it.
Yeah.
How is Phantom Liberty so far?
Phantom Liberty so far is really fun.
How's
I think
Idris?
Idris Elba is better than Keanu Reeves in the game. I'll say that. Not in terms of like character, but in terms of like performance, or like voice capture, whatever they did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not even super big on Keanu Reeves as an actor, anyways.
take.
I like Idris Elba from the show Luther on it was a BBC show. He's really good in that show. As for his other stuff, haven't really seen much of it, but
I
he's
like
doing
his
well.
voice.
Yeah, he's doing well in the game, as in terms of acting. And there's a lot of great set pieces, and the world design is great. So I'm enjoying that game.
Nice.
Moving on. All right, guys, time for some much needed scattered advice. I picked a theme for this week's scattered advice. That theme is relationships. I feel we all know a fair bit about relationships because we've all at least had one.
Are you talking romantic relationships or
Yes,
relationships?
romantic relationships.
Anyone, just any human being. Or
I've
not,
never
or like a
interacted
pet.
with anybore before.
Just your cat counts.
Before we
You have a
start,
romance with your cat, Sean?
She didn't say romantic relationships.
Well, yes,
well,
she did.
She did.
After.
Yeah.
She did say romantic relationships, never mind.
I want to provide a trigger warning as conversation for this topic touches on sexual assault. Now on to the first plea for advice. The header is, how bad did I fuck up? Alright, so this guy says, a guy at a club grabbed my girlfriend's ass. I didn't see it happen, and by the time she pointed out who she thinks it was, he was far away from us. She expected me to confront him about it, but unfortunately I didn't. I just felt uncomfortable with it since she wasn't 100% certain it was him. Also, she didn't seem that upset about it, she just kind of wanted to brush it off. I also partially didn't think it was that big of a deal because the guy who supposedly did it was gay, parentheses, which I know is stupid logic, sexual assault is sexual assault. When we got home, though, all hell broke loose, and she's saying I never protect her. Now I feel stupid for not having said something to him, and it's eating away at me. I know she'll forgive me, but I just know this is something she'll bring up for the rest of our relationship and never let go of. Any advice on how to handle this situation and future ones?
Yeah, that's a real sticky situation right there for sure. Because I think in general, if something happens in the moment and then you don't react a certain way, it's kind of hard to like just say to fix something retroactively. And I think you can only just if you want to continue the relationship in a positive way, is just try to every step forward be a positive one that kind of gives that reassurance of protection if that's what she's seeking. And kind of try to reconcile what she sees as a lack of protection by showing that after all you will protect her in the future.
Yeah, I agree. I think this guy needs to take steps to kind of sort of give her a little more confidence in him, and that he like is watching out for her, because like he's a human being, right? Like he just didn't see it, and that happens. But I kind of feel like I don't know. Like I mean, I feel like maybe he should have said something, because like that's kind of a big deal, and not jumping in, like that just happened to her, and she already because of that probably feels vulnerable, and then like not having the person stick up for you who you thought was going to stick up for you has got to make it feel worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely needed to say something in the moment, for sure.
Yeah, he could have at least walked up and confronted the guy, whether it was, I mean, in a non-aggressive way would probably be good, but ask him, like, did you just grab her ass?
Yeah.
Sort of deal, and go from there.
Yeah, it's not, you don't have to like turn it into a fist fight. That's like not what
Yeah,
protection
you don't.
means. But like
No.
if you go talk to him and tell him that's messed up or whatever, and just goes like show through your actions at least that like if you were to see something happen, you try to stop it, because you're like Sean and you're saying like if you don't say anything and just wait till you get home to discuss it, then it feels like you really won't do anything next time either.
Yeah, it's like too little too late.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like depending on what kind of bar, club, or whatever place you're at, I mean, I think you can like approach this person if you didn't see it happen, but then you like approach them after the fact. I do agree, like don't just go and like I'm gonna beat you up kind of thing. But I mean, you could try and get them thrown out. Any place that's like gives a shit about its customers would take that seriously.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Definitely something you need to address in the moment for sure. But since he didn't, there are ways to move forward.
What would those ways be?
Just trying to show through your actions that next time you won't just let it go, and show how much that you actually care that this happened, because she might be feeling like, well, he didn't care enough to like go say something, or he didn't believe me or something like that, or didn't think it was that a big deal enough to do it. Show her next time, or with anything else. Hopefully there's not a next time that somebody grabs you, but any other situation, show that like what she tells you is what you trust. Because like when you're in a relationship, like if I'm out in public with Talia and she's like, this guy like cussed at me, and then the guy's like, I didn't cuss at her, whose word am I going to take? I'm going to take Talia's word because I'm in a relationship with her. And so, make sure that she knows you trust her words, and her account of events, and try to, through your actions, show that you will be the protector she's desiring.
I think he should have said something in the moment, at least asked the guy if he did it, and then gone from there.
Well, that one was a bit of a heavy one. This one's not quite as heavy, but the title or header, whatever, of this one is Boyfriend Hangs Out with His Ex. So what she says is, my boyfriend and I are new in the relationship, and I learned today that he and his ex still hang out with another married couple. My boyfriend assured me that he has no interest in getting back with his ex, and it's just because they're all friends. How should I approach this, as I don't want to come off as controlling, but the thought that he's essentially having double dates makes me very uncomfortable, and triggering, as a guy I dated cheated on me with his ex.
I can definitely see where she's coming from. I feel like I would be uncomfortable in that situation, but I think it would be dependent on who the guy is and how he interacts with his ex. Like, have you seen the two of them interact one-on-one with each other? I don't know. I can see why she'd be uncomfortable, but I can also see that maybe it's not her place to tell them not to hang out. Maybe they could include her as a fifth wheel to make her more comfortable with their relationship.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would make her feel more awkward, though.
Yeah, at least you know what's going on in that case then.
I do agree. I feel like it definitely depends on how the boyfriend and the ex like interact with each other. Also, like how they split up too, and whether it was like more on good terms or like ugly breakup. Probably on good terms because they're still friends, but like, I think you'd really have to like observe them just around each other to see if you kind of think there's anything still there. I do understand her feeling a little bit weirded out by that.
Yeah. I don't fully agree, I guess. I agree, but not fully. I feel like, it's okay. Like if people break up and they're still friends, I don't think a new partner should say like, no, you can't hang out with this person just because you're exes or whatever. But I do think it is kind of strange to like it was said in the prompt, like to go out on a double date essentially with your ex. That I think that would definitely feel like something, maybe not necessarily that something's up there, but it would feel more uncomfortable rather than just saying like, I'm going to hang out with my friends and my ex is going to be there, or I'm going to go catch up like over some coffee with my ex. It's not a big deal. Like we're just seeing how we are because we're still friends. But like even then I would kind of be more comfortable with it than like a double date, because a double date, I feel like
is taking the place of the.
Yeah, it's
actual,
like,
yeah.
I feel like a double date is also kind of like an intimate kind of type thing for couples to do, because you're sharing an experience with another couple, right? And so the presumption there is that like it's a whole like two people that are romantic. So yeah, that would be kind of something I would question a bit.
Any ways to go about talking about that issue with her boyfriend?
I mean, I think it just very honestly, just bringing it up and being like not confrontational, but just kind of like, hey, this is kind of like how this makes me feel. Like, I'm not trying to like cast doubt upon you or anything like that, or not trust you. It's just like the situation does make me feel this way, kind of thing. And then just kind of like, be very open about it and not like attacking, but I feel like you can definitely bring it up.
Yeah, definitely in a non-accusatory way, and just make it clear that you're asking for reassurance in the relationship.
I think if she has an ex, they should go out on a triple date instead.
Tony, no.
Yeah, that would go well. I think she should just tell him it's like, you got to choose. It's me or the ex.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I think when you're in a relationship, like, your partner's friends should, like, eventually, like, become your friends too. Like, you should get to know them. So it's a little weird that he wouldn't even take the initiative himself to say, like, hey, come meet my new girlfriend. Like, I don't know how recently they started dating or whatever, but yeah.
I kind of go back and forth on that because it's nice to spend time with just your friends. Like, it's important to have time outside of your relationship. So I can see maybe why you might not want to include them. But I could also see it being really healthy because if you get along well with your partner, you'd probably get along well with their friends.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Like, I think a lot of my guy friends are also friends with Talia, but
Not me.
it's not every time hey, who
Sean and
said
I
you're
hate
a
each
guy
other.
friend? Like,
Yeah, that's a big assumption on my part.
yeah, real big assumption. But like,
You did make me a groomsman.
well, that's just because you're on the Scattercast. So
Okay, fair.
The Scattercast
Which
that
came
started.
first, the groomsman or the Scattercast? Yeah.
Tony's been brewing this.
Playing 4D chess.
I know, right?
Isn't chess already 4D?
Chess is definitely 4D.
Yeah, I mean, because the fourth dimension's time, right?
Yeah.
I definitely have space to hang out with my guy friends without Talia. But we can also
Yeah,
hang
I
out
think
all together.
some separation there is good.
Yeah.
Hold on. Chicago moment right here.
Do you guys sleep on your back, on your side, on your tummy? How do y'all sleep?
Say
I like will
something.
go on my side in like or my stomach or my back or my side.
Okay.
And then
Anything else?
at some point I will fall asleep. And I typically wake up on I think either my front or my back or my side.
Shut up, Tony.
Hell
I
yeah.
have 8 different positions that I have to go through before I fall asleep.
In the same order? What?
Not
How
always.
do you
the same.
have how many? What?
It's the head position also. So, I start on my tummy with my head this way, and then I'll switch to my head this way. That's 2 positions. Then I'll go on my left side, and then I'll go on to my right side. Maybe 6 positions. And then I'll go on to my back with my head this way, and then my back with my head this way. And then after I run through that a couple times, I end up falling asleep on my tummy, and then I'll wake up on my back.
I think
Tummy sleepers, let's go.
I think the reason it's taking you so long to fall asleep is because you're like going through like 27 different motions.
No, my
Yeah,
my
that's a
body,
lot.
it literally cannot. I have to cycle through them to fall asleep. I can't fall asleep without doing that.
I also love how she's like, I turn my head this way and this way, and when this is an audio only podcast.
Oh, left and right.
You
I
can
think
imagine.
people are smart enough to understand.
Hey, that's high praise for the Scattercast audience. Y'all are smart, dude, because you're listening to us.
I definitely also rotate through sleeping positions, but I don't have like an order to it. I'm blown away by how much thought you've put into this
Maybe
and
a
how
little
structured
bit
it
of
is.
OCD.
I've realized that I sleep on my stomach, and like I can kind of sleep on my side, and sometimes I'll like lay on my back just to kind of like zen out for a little bit, but I don't really fall asleep that way most of the time. But I realized like I sleep on my stomach. I always sleep diagonally, like across the bed, kind of. You know,
Is it just
maximizing
because
my
your
space.
bed is short?
No, it's any bed. I always do that.
Any bed. Okay.
And also I realized I normally, like when I'm it'll change obviously when I'm sleeping, but normally when I fall asleep, my head is facing where I get out of the bed, whether that's like the left side or the right side, it doesn't matter. It's always, you know, so like if I'm in my
Interesting.
room and I get out on the left side, for example, but then I'm in a hotel and I would get out on the right side, it's facing that way. I don't know why.
Interesting. That's
It
so
just feels
odd.
more comfortable. Yeah.
I'm a tummy sleeper. I like to sleep completely flat, no pillows, but a lot of times I like to put a pillow on top of my head.
I can confirm. I have seen.
What do you guys think about pillow thickness? Because I'm
I
very
like-
opinionated on this.
Thinnest possible pillow.
Same.
Because I prefer no pillow, but I want
I
a
hate
thin-ish
that.
pillow. Unless I'm like propping myself up. I got my king-size pillows for propping, and I got my thin-ass memory foam pillow
No
for
way.
I
Yeah,
don't
I got a
like-
real thin memory
underneath
foam.
it.
I don't understand, like, you're staying at someone's house or a hotel or something, and the hotel is just, or not the hotel, the pillow is just massive. It's just chonky. And I'm like,
Love
I'm like
that.
suffocating here, and I can't like, because I like to be kind of on the corner of the pillow.
It like
you know,
cricks your neck in a
Yeah,
different
it's
way.
not like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like it.
I like
I like
flat
it.
Tony.
as well, but it can't be memory foam. I cannot sleep on like memory foam things. It has to be like really firm. I don't like the bed conforming to my body. It makes it really hard to move, so I have a really hard time to fall asleep.
I can see that.
I don't like the conforming to your body thing. I definitely prefer firmer beds, but like some memory foam beds are decently firm, and you don't just like melt it into them.
That's fair.
I would lean firmer over softer. I don't like a like pillowy. I'd rather have like memory foam soft than pillowy soft, because pillowy soft, I feel like it's suffocating my face.
Now time for a new segment I like to call Scattered Pitch. That's pitch with a P. This is the time to throw out scattered ideas or pitches for some outlandish commercials.
Commercials.
Leave me alone. Sticking with the theme of the last one, this week our topic or our commercial is for a dating app. Before we hop in, I want us to come up with a slogan. Before we do that, I'll read off some slogans of already established dating apps. So Tinder is swipe right. Hinge, the dating app designed to be deleted. Bumble, date, meet, network better. Match, start something real. And Clover, swipe less, date more.
Needless to say, we're not sponsored by any of those.
But we're open to it.
Dang, some of those are really bad too.
Some of them
Like
are
this-
bad.
Hey, Sean, I gotta cut that out. We're
Before-
never gonna get a sponsorship.
Yeah,
from
they're
them
not
now.
gonna.
We didn't
Match.com,
specify
like-
which one.
I want us to come up with a slogan for our dating app.
What's our
And
dating
then-
app called?
Well, you guys have to come up with that too.
Okay.
And then you guys can either come out with like a commercial that's really, really truthful or a commercial that's really funny, whatever you guys want. Sometimes that could be a mixture. Go.
Okay, here's my idea. A lot of dating apps are just aimed at everyone, right? Like Tinder is the most kind of like generic. Anybody's on this app for any purpose, pretty much, right? Related generally to dating. I think, there's a lot of dating apps out there that kind of target a specific audience. I think we could come up with something interesting if we pick like sort of a demographic or like, something like that. Like, people who are at like in a certain place or studying a certain thing or like this thing or do this, you know what I mean?
I've got an idea.
Okay.
A dating app for musicians, and we could get some musician like endorsements. Like I'm thinking Ariana Grande. She's got so much drama with the guys. But we market it as this is the dating app that gets Ariana Grande secured for sure. Okay. No more dramas. We could even get Taylor Swift in there. This is the dating app that gets her a husband or something. And not just the next album topic.
Wow. You saying that around Swifties, you realize that.
I know. I'm doing it on purpose.
Okay, musicians meet or something like that. That doesn't have to be the name, but
Musical meets.
meets and beats. No. Wait, that's so loud. Let's
I like
workshop
that.
a little bit more.
Let's do that one for that one.
Honestly, let's do it.
Meets for beats.
Meets for beats.
Endorsed
I like it.
by Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift themselves.
Should we get some male musicians?
Yeah. G-Eazy.
Joe Jonas, he's having some trubs right now.
Why does it have to be someone who's having a hard time?
Because they
Because
need,
the dating app.
They need
that-
love.
it's a dating
That's
app.
the
They gotta
one,
find
yeah.
someone.
That's fair. Okay, what's our slogan?
Strike a chord or like, something,
Ooh.
That's not bad.
That's not
the
bad.
right note. I don't know.
Strike a chord on the right note.
Find your harmony. Hoo-hoo.
Yeah, let's do that. Find your harmony.
Allie doesn't love that one.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
I don't know much about music. I'm fine with whatever.
Allie, it's called a double entendre.
What is the double?
Harmony is in like harmony in your romantic life, and harmony is in musical harmony.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be sexual.
Well, I've got a vision in my head of Ariana Grande in a sound booth.
Ariana, you keep coming back to Ariana.
Yeah, well, she's our endorsement, and
I like that though.
And she's trying to hit this note, but she can't really harmonize with like the musical track. And she's like, "Oh, there's something missing in my life. It's true love." So she heads out of the booth. They're like, "I'm sorry, I need a minute. I need a minute."
I like this though. This is your director brain at work. This is cool.
Sorry, I need a minute. She goes outside. She takes out her iPhone and iPhone 15s Mark II, and opens up meter beat or meet for beat.
Yeah. Wait. What do we call it?
Wait.
It was
Meat for beat.
Meet for beat.
Meet for beats.
Yeah, so meet for beat. And she's swiping through, she's texting, and she's like, "Yeah, this guy." And then cut to back in the booth. She is singing her heart out.
She's belting.
Pan left. The guy she meant to beat is the guy she met on the app, or girl, the person she met on the app is over there harmonizing with her. Then cut back to the sound booth guy, the producer is like, "Oh my gosh, this is gonna win awards. This is the best song ever."
And then some like turn to the camera moment, find your harmony.
And then right after that, she cut to Madison Square Garden, sold out. She's singing the song, and then the guy or girl or whatever comes out, proposes, and then logo flashes up. They beat it or something. And you know what they beat? They beat
Each other's meat.
No,
The odds.
They beat the odds and they found love.
That's pretty good.
There you go.
Oh, good for them.
Okay.
What's our budget for this? I'm not sure.
That was awesome. I have no notes.
I think she should also release a duet with this specific person in conjunction with our ad being released.
Oh, for sure. Multimedia
let's
marketing
do that.
campaign. Let's go.
Yeah.
Very good.
Meet for Beats. Find your harmony with Ariana Grande. Sponsored.
All right. Now that we've had our fun, let's talk about a really important aspect of everyone's life: self-care. Now, last week, each of us gave a goal that we wanted to try and reach for this week. How have we done? A reminder, even the smallest centimeter step towards your goal is a huge success. We don't all perfect ourselves overnight. My goal from last week was to work out, and I did 10 push-ups last night and nothing else.
That's
yeah.
better though. That's better than last
Yeah.
week.
That's at least 2 centimeters.
Mm-hmm. Did I do it specifically for the podcast? Yes.
Well,
And
hey,
I
that's what
appreciate
this
it. Drop
is
and
for.
give me 10 more. Drop and give me 10 more right now.
That was 3.
Mine was exercise.
I think we all did
And
that. Tony didn't do
a lot of us needed exercise. I think I went on one walk.
The one with the,
Hedgehogs, beavers, groundhogs.
Groundhogs? Yeah, I saw 9 groundhogs.
Oh, yeah.
It was the best
So
day of my
many.
life. I usually only see around 6, so that was a significant increase from my usual number of groundhogs.
That is
Well, that's more reason to go out and walk. It's a sign.
Yeah, see the wildlife.
They're so cute, and they're fat.
What direction was the shadow?
East.
So what
that's
It
for
is- I think it's
spring.
whether or not it saw it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
They ran when they saw me. Does that mean anything?
Yeah, but
I'll be honest, it's not that safe in Pure to walk around, so I got my little pink taser on me at all times, just ready to fucking,
That's good.
you know?
I want to get myself a taser at some point.
maybe if you befriend the hedgehogs, they'll come to your aid.
They're groundhogs.
Maybe if you befriend the groundhogs, they'll come to your aid. And the hedgehogs, because I hear they're close. Mine was also to exercise, and I've been doing
Yeah.
some push-ups and stuff at night. Nothing crazy, but like, I'll be sitting playing my game, and then I'll be like, yeah, it's time for like a little push-up break, do some push-ups, go sit on my butt again, rinse and repeat a few times. I need to like start doing a little more, because I was like, that was kind of just how it was supposed to start, and then I would add more things. But and then I wanted to go on more walks, which I haven't been super successful at. I am getting out a little more. My roommate and I, when we got dinner on Monday, which was fun. And then I'm just like, this is a really small thing, but it kind of breaks up the monotony of. So I like literally live on the street where I like need to go to for my classes, and like, but I'm just trying to like take a slightly different way there, or slightly different way back. Just to. Not that I don't know the area, but just to kind of switch it up.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
good.
I've been debating buying either a stationary bike or a walking pad in conjunction with a standing desk, because the days are getting shorter. No way in hell I'm walking after dark or before the sun rises in the morning because of safety. So I haven't decided, though, if I'll get a bike or a walking pad. But I feel like a walking pad might be really loud for my downstairs neighbors.
I actually don't know what a walking pad is.
It's just a small treadmill that
Okay.
fits. It's small enough that it'll fit like under a walking desk or a standing desk, and it doesn't have like the
That's
panel
cool.
up front. Yeah.
I thought about a standing desk too, considering my career is going to be very butt and seat focused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been long time thinking about that, but haven't done it. My self-care last week was to try and drink at least one serving of my water bottle per day. I did it. I had one whole serving one time, and
Hey.
I can report on the effects of that change in my life. I had
Sample
to
size of one.
Sample size of one. I had to use the bathroom a lot more often that evening.
Oh yeah.
Which is a little annoying. So screw that. Don't drink water, people. It's bad for you.
Tony.
You gotta taper it off once you get into the evening a little bit.
Well, you
As
see,
a
I'm
professional
trying to.
water drinker.
I'm sitting there on the couch trying to get some work done, and I've got like a soccer game in the background, and I just keep having to pee. It sucks, dude. Like, no way.
You work so hard, Tony.
What size, like how much water were you trying to drink in a day?
Well, I drank 1.5 liters in the span of a couple of hours.
Hold on.
Hours?
Why a couple hours, Tony?
Well, because I waited too long to like drink it. But then I Googled it, and somebody my size is supposed to be drinking 3.7 liters a day. Yeah, okay, whatever.
No way.
I'd have to be peeing every 5 minutes. I was going to be like Talia. I'm not about to do that.
That's because I'm a good water drinker.
That's so much water.
I know, right?
You're supposed to drink a lot more than people usually do.
And I thought I did, but dang, I don't drink that much, I don't think. Well, maybe I do.
You should go based off of your urine color more than anything.
Yeah, that's what I've always done.
Like, people can be super hydrated and still have yellow pee.
What about other colors? Purple?
I've had lime green pee before.
I've had
Are you
that.
taking a medication?
I was taking a medication at that point, and it was like neon. It was bright, like, glow in the dark.
Radioactive.
Imagine Dragons are going on to the Meet for Beat next.
Well, I feel like we all did pretty well,
No, we didn't.
We
all
did
did.
We didn't do great, but we
We
tried.
made
We tried.
baby
I
steps,
didn't
which
try.
is the beginning. The more we do this, the more we're accountable to each other. The more we'll actually.
I'd
do
like to
stuff.
set a new goal.
Okay, you want to set a new goal?
Yeah. Scratch the water, like whatever. I'll try to drink more water in general.
No more
but,
water for Tony.
I'm not gonna set that specific target. But
Okay.
next week I'd like to wake up at the same time every day.
That's a good goal.
That's a good one. That's an important thing.
I'm thinking like either 8:30 or 9 a.m.
Nice.
I get up at 8.
every day.
Between 8 and... I try not to change it too much. Like if I go to bed a little late, I'll give myself like an extra 15 minutes or something. But between 8 and 8:30, generally speaking.
You're trying to flex on me, dude. Whatever. Dude.
I'm not. I'm saying it's good. I'm saying it like totally works, actually.
Yeah.
It feels good.
I get up between 6 and 8 a.m. depending.
So a
Six
2 hour
and
window,
eight.
that's pretty long.
That's a big window.
Yeah, like today, I was just like, fuck it. I'm going to wake up when I wake up. And I woke up exactly at 8 a.m.
There you go.
Yeah, I usually wake up between 9 and 11:30. So
No way,
or
dude.
wake up or at least get up. I usually wake
Yeah.
up earlier than that and like stay in bed for about 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I have to have my stay in bedtime. My first alarm goes off at 6:15, and then when I actually get out of bed, it's like 6:26 or something like that.
Oh, damn, I thought you were going to
Down
say
to
way
the
longer.
second.
I was like, my stay in bedtime's like 30 minutes.
No, because I want to let
minimum.
myself like have my deep sleep as long as possible, but I need to stay in bed a little bit so that I can like wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I wish I wasn't awake right now, and like get over that feeling so that I can get out of bed and then take as little time as possible to do what I need to do in the morning before going to
I
work.
raw dog.
This is
I brought
scattered
up that shit.
psychology
My-
right here.
My alarm goes off. I'm out of bed.
No way, I can't do it. I feel like it's like I'm catching up on notifications. I'm like waking up a little still, and then I'll, get my butt out of bed. But I can't just, unless I like know I have to go do something immediately or like get ready for something.
Yeah.
No way.
I do that when I travel. Like I know I have to travel. I always sleep horribly the night before because I know like I have to get up and travel. But like the moment it's time to go, I'm up.
Does anybody else want to set a new goal, or do we want to stick with our exercising goals?
I need to stick with my exercising goal.
I think I will also stick with mine.
You know what? I need to do my shoulder PT exercises in addition to regular exercise.
Hell yeah.
Do it.
Well, now that we've cared for ourselves, I want to reverse all that work with these fun facts on Scattered Truth, the segment where I'll read 2 lies and 1 fact, and you have to guess which is true. I have a theme for this one, which is not relationships. It is something that I know a lot about, which is cameras and camera equipment. So I have no idea how you guys are going to do.
That's a good idea.
I have no baseline for if these are too hard or not, so we'll see. But
I love this, though.
I'll go ahead and read them off, and as last time, you can ask for further explanation on 2 of them.
Wait, can I just say real quick? I think it's awesome that you just picked something that you know way more about than we do.
It was so hard to find facts, so I was like, what do I know?
Next week, I'm gonna give you guys the like gamer quiz or something, or like the Pokemon quiz. Like, what is the base stat total of Dragonite in Pokemon or something like that?
42.
That's so low.
Is it?
4,200, I meant.
It's 600.
I forgot the 100. Oh.
Oh man, I'm totally giving you guys like a Pokemon quiz or something. Okay, anyway, let's go.
All right. Well, you're getting medical questions. And good luck figuring those
Good. I
out.
learned so much from that exam.
And I'm going to do my soccer questions in Italian too.
Oh.
Oh,
We're gonna
Tony.
kill it at that.
All right. In no particular order, this is fact 1. The Bihu, Sump, and Boo are all Leica camera accessories over $80.
All right.
No,
All
that's
right.
not true.
What?
Fact number 2.
Those
The
were not
first-
words.
The first camera company to invent autofocus was Nikon.
That feels like a fake.
Fake Canon game for life. I have
Fact
allegiance.
number 3. The 12 Canon cameras that shot the moon's surface are still on the moon's surface.
Well, we know the moon landing was fake, so that's definitely not.
Yeah, we can cross that one off.
So I would say like something more like Canon would have done autofocus rather than Nikon. Because I feel like Nikon is more for photography rather than video, at least in the start. Although my historical knowledge on this stuff isn't the best.
I'm going to be relying on you for the historical knowledge, Tony.
Okay. The bihu bahu boohoo crap she talked about, like
Ooga booga.
the ooga booga accessories that she talked about, I think are real because she wouldn't just make that up. But I'm wondering if they're all over $80 because like what camera accessories? Did you say lens or camera accessories?
Camera accessories.
Okay.
Should we ask for an explanation on that one? Because yeah, that's true. There are like
Yeah.
multiple things that could be false in there.
Yeah, because like a lens or camera accessory can like it could be like $2. She said over $80. You know. What should we get an explanation on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
All right. The accessories that I mentioned, the bihu, sump, and buwu, are a mini tripod, a lens hood, and an auxiliary cord.
An auxiliary cord over $80? Tony?
That's a lot.
Do you know what
Is that
the
possible?
in and out of that auxiliary cord is?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Because that there are definitely some cables that could be really really expensive.
Well, that's mostly that, and like I guess the length are going to be the big price determinants on that one.
Yeah, I guess if it's like 100 feet long, it's gonna be...
Okay, maybe not 100 feet.
I do feel like I've heard about like cameras like that they were left on the moon, but I'm also what was the Nikon creating?
The first camera company to invent autofocus was Nikon.
Well, that one could just be swapped out for another brand.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to say they're still on the moon.
That's what I'm leaning towards. They left a lot of stuff there.
I'm leaning towards Boohoo Bahoo Soomp Ooga Booga Slime.
Oh, I was
You
going to
guys
lean
think
toward
they're
the
all
one I
over?
want to believe the most. I have an emotional connection to the things on the moon. I think it's cool, so I want that to be true.
Does anybody want to ask for further explanation on
Oh.
one of them?
Let's do the moon one, you think?
Canon was founded in 1937.
Did you give a year for
That's
Nikon?
the moon one?
That's the moon one, because the moon one was the 12 Canon cameras that shot the moon's surface are still on it. And then Canon was founded in 1937.
Okay.
Okay, here's something else. Did they bring Canon cameras up there?
Yeah, it could be the Nikon Canon thing all over again.
I think the Ooga Booga is the true one.
I'd be willing to change. It's tough.
I'm good with Ooga
It's a
Booga.
toughie.
I'd like to see how a cable is $80.
Just ask Apple. All their cables are 85.
Everybody's in agreement?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You guys are right!
Yes!
You did it!
Oh, I just peeked on my recording. Oops.
All right.
We did
We all
it.
just
Neurons,
peaked.
it's okay.
We all just peaked in life, not just on the recording.
So, yes, the Bihu, Sump, and Buwu are all indeed Leica camera accessories over $80.
So is like as a brand?
Leica is a brand and is one of the most high-end camera brands out there. So there's
see.
none of their stuff is going to be cheap.
That checks out.
The first camera company to invent autofocus was actually Polaroid.
Huh, that would actually make sense. Yeah,
That's cool.
And
a little bit.
then it was not Canon cameras, but 12
Fuck you.
Hasselblad cameras shot the moon's surface and are still there.
Sounds right.
Hasselblad is like a medium format film camera. It basically looks like a box.
Yeah.
And
Sweet.
they left them there. They took the film out, but left the cameras there because they were too heavy to bring back down with them with all the other moon rocks that they had gathered. All right, this is the second set of facts. Once again, in no particular order. Fact number 1, the most popular subjects for photography in the 1800s were buildings. Fact number 2, the most viewed photograph in history is the default wallpaper for Windows XP. And fact number 3, the man who shot the photograph using the first ever record-breaking sized camera was from Chicago, Illinois.
Record-breaking
The what?
size?
Can you say that one again?
The man who shot the photograph using the first ever record-breaking sized camera was from Chicago. Big. The biggest camera at that time.
So the fact is the guy who used the biggest camera ever at the time was from Chicago.
Yes.
That's not really a fact.
How's that not a fact?
How was that?
Well,
not
that's
a fact?
okay, I could get the biggest camera that's alive right now and take a picture in Atlanta, and then so the
Alive.
fact is, some dude took a picture in Atlanta with the big ass camera.
It's a history fact,
No, it's a
Tony.
history. How's
Oh,
that
well,
not a-
what's
what?
the camera?
It was the largest camera at the time.
How big is it?
Do you? Well, okay, that's not fair. I'm not going to provide that information.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay, well, that could be true, could be false, depending on the specifics
It
of
could
the.
all be true or false, Tony. One of them is true and two of them are false.
Little sidebar here, real quick, just because this is how my mind works. I know, like, fandoms are supposed to come up with their own names, but I think, just, hey, listeners, if you guys want to start calling yourselves Scatterbrains, that'd be cool. Or, like, come up with a different name. I think the Scattercast should have a name for the people who listen to it. So if you're a Scatterbrain out there, Anyway, back to the segment.
You're just talking to all the listeners of the podcast, anyways. So we could just decide that ourselves.
I know, but I feel like it's more organic if.
I know. I'm just cheesing there.
But I'm just providing them with an option.
Yeah, all of our listeners, all of them.
They're called Scatterbrains.
I'll put it in the Q&A at the bottom of Spotify. You can put in the Q&A what you'd like our name to be.
Oh.
Or not our name, y'all's names to be. You fans.
The fans.
Fans of the show. Can you reread the first two?
The most popular subjects for photography in the 1800s were buildings. The most viewed photograph in history is the default wallpaper for Windows XP.
I've heard that before. I think it is. I'm not entirely sure it's Windows XP specifically. It's like...
it is Windows, though. It's not like... Wait, did you say XP or Vista?
Windows XP.
I think it's the building one. I think that's true.
That one sounds... but it's like... Not portraits, though? Not
well, no, because in the 1800s, like, those pictures would have taken so long to, like, actually take. So, like, who actually wanted to get their picture taken? Like, I'm pretty sure I've read that fact, but I could be wrong.
I would buy that one. That one was the one that seemed the most likely to me.
Yeah. The last Chicago one, she just threw a bunch of words in a sentence and, like, made it up. I'm really entertained by that one. I kind of want to hear the explanation for that.
Let's do it.
Do you guys want to hear the explanation for that one?
Yeah.
The camera was over 20 feet long, and he shot a picture of the Chicago Railway.
Why was it so big?
That explanation does make me question, like, that could be possible. Like a little fun fact.
You were shitting on it 30 seconds ago.
I'm still shitting on it in my brain. I don't think that's true, but it could be, and it would be very cool if it was.
My guess is the windows. I feel like the building might be better to have an explanation for.
Buildings were good subjects as they did not move.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Honestly, I feel like that's the true one. And I'd rather be wrong about that one than wrong about the others.
I'm going to go with the Windows one because I feel like if it's wrong, it's just like it's not Windows XP, it's something else, and I'm okay with that.
You guys are wrong.
Yeah.
The most popular subjects for photography in the 1800s were dead people.
Oh no!
That's way cooler, though.
Dang. Okay, I heard that before. That confused me.
The correct answer was the most viewed photograph in history is the default wallpaper for Windows XP. The photo is called Bliss and is a landscape of a green hill and blue sky.
Nice. That's cool.
The man who shot the photograph using the first ever record-breaking size camera was not from Chicago, but was from Ottawa, however you pronounce that. Ottawa, Illinois. The camera was, in fact, 20 feet long.
Oh, not even like actual Ottawa?
And he... Huh?
Geography moment. Talia geography moment.
Ottawa, Illinois. The camera was over 20 feet long, and he shot a picture of the Chicago Railway.
Okay, that's cool.
20 feet how? It was 20 feet from the lens to the back, or like 20 feet across?
20 feet.
Dude, it probably wasn't 20 feet across.
Well, it was 20 feet long.
It was 19 and a half.
But then the size of it was, the actual camera was big enough for someone to walk through.
Whoa.
What the
I gotta
fuck?
Google
That's
a picture
crazy.
of that later.
The great redwood tree of cameras.
And it's not the biggest one that was ever made. There's
Well, they got ones in space over there that I'm sure are bigger.
No, yeah, okay, well, right, but of like a film camera, the biggest one is probably like the size of, I don't know how to use it.
A school bus.
No, yes, the like the square is the size of the square butt of the school bus, and then the like bellows probably are about the same length.
The bellows, they have bellows.
You
course they
should
have
look up
bellows.
medium format cameras. They're very cool.
That's Talia's little obsession.
They're really cool. But the bellows are basically like those black things that like fold up like a accordion.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Dang, Allie got that one right. It's
Yeah.
gonna go to her head for sure.
I made
It already
up-
has.
I made up for my 0 for 2 last week by going 2 for 2 this week.
You guys did finally get one though. You know, we failed last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were good, Talia. Those were good.
Those were good.
I'm
They were
glad
good
you
because
got
we got them right.
Yeah.
Tony was the reason why we got the first one right for the most part.
The Ooga Booga.
They have one of the accessories is literally like oomph. Like OOMPH. They just have really silly
So-
names.
I would definitely buy an oomph.
Thanks for listening in on some chatter to scatter your brain and boredom with the Scattercast. As always, we loved having you join us, and make sure to check us out on Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at the Scattercast.
Scatter your brain!
Yeah, I was going to say we need a tie your shoes. That's what it is. Tie your shoes and go to bed. Remember last week I was trying to think of
What?
Yeah, I don't know where he gets it from. It's a reference that I don't get, but he says tie your shoes.
Make
and go
like
to
a
bed.
needle and hit the hay.
Find your harmony.
Make
What
like
if people
NASA and
listen to this in the
rocket.
morning?
What did you just say, Tony?
Make like NASA and rocket.
I thought you said make like an ass and rocket.
Well, that's what you do on Harmony, Meet and Beat and Greet.
Beat your meat on meat and harmony.
Calculated.
Listening
With
to
JB.
That's so
the Scattercast.